welcome to Peanut. My name is Mr. Austin and I teach Peanut. So the first thing we're going to do is tell you what Peanut is because you've probably never heard of it before. So Peanut's the words on your screen. It's right here on my shirt. And Peanut is a program that's all about being healthy. So you and I are going to see each other 6 different times. Today's the first one and then 5 more times after this. And each time you and I meet, we're going to talk about different ways that you can be healthy. So we're going to do things like play some fun games where we move our bodies around. We're going to read some books. We are going to learn some new things, and all of it's going to be about keeping your bodies healthy. So the first thing we're going to do today is talk about what does healthy mean. So healthy is that blue word right there on the screen, and what I want you to do is I want you to think, what does healthy mean? So some answers are going to pop up on the screen. I want you to click the ones that you think that are right, and I'm going to tell you some too. But what does being healthy mean? All right, so one of the first reasons to be healthy is so that we can grow strong, so that we can be strong. So we all have muscles all over our body. We all have bones all in our body. And in order to keep them strong, we need to use them. So that's why we talk about exercising and moving your body. So one reason to be healthy is to be strong. Another reason to be healthy, and I kind of gave it away, is so that you can grow. You're only in kindergarten, so you're going to do a lot of growing. Your bones are going to get longer and stronger. You're going to get taller. And in order to be healthy while you're growing, you need to do some of the healthy things that you and I are going to talk about. The third reason to be healthy is so that you don't get sick. So being sick is not fun. I'm sure we've all been sick before and it does not feel good. But if you do some healthy things, it'll help you not get sick too much, and it'll help that when you are sick, you're not sick for too long. So we're going to talk about that too. And the last thing that it means to be healthy is because it feels good. When you're healthy, it feels good. Your body feels good. You feel good. So those are some of the things that we're going to talk about at Peanut. All right, so now what we're going to do is I want you to look around wherever you're at. Maybe you're at the kitchen table, maybe you're in your room, maybe you're sitting at a desk, and I want you to see if you can see anything that can help you be healthy. So think about the different things that you might use at home that help you be healthy, or some different things you use at school. And what are some things that help you be healthy? So think for 1 second, what helps you be healthy around? I'm going to tell you some that I have too, but think what helps you be healthy. All right, let's give you some clues, or let's give you some things that you probably have at home too. First thing is water. Maybe you drink out of a water bottle, maybe you go get a glass and you drink it, but water is very healthy for you. So you probably have some water at home. Another thing you can use to be healthy is a healthy snack. Maybe you like eating a certain fruit or a certain vegetable, but healthy snacks are good for you too, because you got to give your body some fuel so that you can move around and exercise and do your schoolwork, all that stuff. So healthy snacks are another thing that you probably have too. Maybe you can see one by you on your desk. Another thing you can use is maybe something to help you move your body. So maybe you have a bike at home. Maybe you have a scooter. Maybe you like to play a sport, so you have a basketball or you have a baseball bat or you have a football. The other thing you can use is maybe you have a brother or a sister or a cousin that you run around and play games with. So that's a good tool to help you be healthy too. What else? I can think of something else that I think most of us have, and that's a sink, right? A sink does a couple things for us. So one thing we do at the sink is we wash our hands. We have to keep our hands clean when we're eating food or after we're done playing outside. So that way we don't get any germs on them and we stay healthy. So that's another thing you might have. What else do we use a sink for? Think in your head. You probably use a sink to brush your teeth. So that's another thing you probably do is you brush your teeth. So you probably have a toothbrush, that can count as something too, and you got to keep those teeth clean. You got to get all of the different stuff off of them that would stay nice and clean and white. So I kind of gave you a little hint about what we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to put this picture nice and big so that you can see it. So see if you can guess what we're talking about today. So what we're going to talk about today It's something that we have to do with our hands. So look at your hands, or you can look at mine. So look at your hands. And what do you think is on our hands, even though you can't see them? What do you think is on there? You probably guessed it. There's germs. There's germs on our hands when we touch different things, when we open a door, or when we touch our desk, or when we give somebody a high five, or when we eat some food. Anything we might touch might have some germs on it. And not all germs are bad, but germs are what get us sick, right? So if we have germs on our hands, and even though you can't see them, they're there. If we have some germs on our hands, that's what gets us sick. So when we're eating some food, and if we don't wash our hands and we touch our mouth, all those germs get on our mouth, which goes in our bellies, and that's what gets us sick. So the thing that we have to do is wash our hands, just like in this picture. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to wash your hands the right way. So you've all probably washed your hands before, but I'm going to show you the 4 steps to wash your hands the right way. So the first thing you're going to do is in that first picture right there by my head, you're going to turn on the water at the sink. So if I'm standing at the sink, my hands need to be washed, I'm about to have dinner, I need to turn on the sink and I need to have the water be warm. If it's too cold, it won't get all the germs, and you don't want it to be too hot. It shouldn't hurt your hands. So you just want to check, you want to feel that water until it's warm. So that's the first step. Step number 2 is to get some soap. So you need to put some soap on your hands. Maybe you have a soap dispenser, so put some soap on. And now for the most important part. Once that soap's on your hand, you need to rub it on both your hands for 20 seconds. That's the most important part. You need to rub that soap all over your hands. So on the fronts, in between your fingers, on the backs of your hands, on your fingernails for 20 seconds. And 20 seconds is the same amount of time as singing some of the songs that we like. So you can sing the ABC song, you can sing the happy birthday song, but for 20 seconds, you need to rub that soap all over your hands to get all the germs that might be there. All right, so that was step number 2. Now for step number 3. Step number 3, our hands are all soapy, the water's on. Step number 3 is to get all that soap off. So you're gonna put your hands underneath the water and you're gonna get all that soap off your fingers and off your wrists and off the middle of your hands. So get all that soap off. And then the last step, step number 4, is you're going to get a towel or maybe a paper towel. You're going to dry all those hands off so that all the water's gone, since your hands were probably wet after getting all that soap off. Then you're going to throw that away, turn off the sink, and your hands should be good to go, nice and clean with no germs on them. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do it all over again, but this time, oops, I want you to see me, there we go. I want you to copy me. So I'm going to stand up. I want you to stand up too. And we are going to do all the hand washing steps. And let's see if you can do them together with me. So the first thing we're going to do, I want you to think, what's the first thing we need to do when we wash our hands? Let's say we're all in front of a sink. We have a pretend sink in front of us. What's the first thing that we're going to do? First step, turn on the warm water. So you're going to reach over, you're going to turn on that warm water, and you're going to feel that water until it's warm. Not too cold, not too hot, but just until it's warm. All right, our water's nice and warm. What's step number 2? Think in your head. Shout it at the screen, maybe, if you can think of it. What's step number 2? My hands are all wet now. Soap. We need some soap. So pretend you're putting some soap on. Have that soap on your hands. And now for the most important part, what do we need to do? Think, think, think. You're going to rub that soap on for 20 seconds. Which is the same thing as singing the ABC song or the happy birthday song. So I'm going to sing the ABC song, and you can sing along with me. But let's sing it while we rub that soap all over our hands. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Good job. So that should have been 20 seconds. You should have rubbed that soap all over your hands. Now for step number 3. What's step number 3? Our hands are all soapy. That water's on. Step number 3 is putting them under the water. Get all that soap off. So put them under that warm water and you can kind of pull all that soap off. Make sure you get it off your wrists and off the back of your hands, the front of your hands, so that they're all nice and clean. All right, our hands are clean. They're all wet though. What's the last step? What's step number 4? Paper towel or a towel at home, whatever you have. So grab some paper towel or grab your towel. Dry those hands off. Turn off the sink. And you're all done. Your hands should be nice and clean. Good job. You guys did it very well. So now we're going to talk about one of the most important times to wash your hands. Now I'm going to make this picture nice and big so you can see. And the thing we're going to talk about is when we have to cough or when we have to sneeze. So we all have coughed or sneezed before, right? You've probably had a little itch in your throat where you have to cough. Or we've all sneezed, right? And when you cough or you sneeze, that's your body getting some of the germs out, which is a good thing, except you have to cough or sneeze the right way. Because if you cough or sneeze into your hands, like my friend in the picture, not good. Because then when you sneeze, achoo, or if you cough, and it gets on your hands, then all those germs that came out of your body are now on your hands. And if you go and you touch your desk, or if you touch your pen or your pencil, you touch the doorknob, you pet your dog, you give your brother or sister a high five, any of that stuff, all the germs on your hands are going to get on other stuff. So then you might get sick if you touch them again, or somebody else might get sick if they touch them. So you don't want to cough or sneeze into your hands. So that's why in my picture you can see we don't want to cough or sneeze into our hands. We want to cough or sneeze into your elbow, just like that picture right there with the nice big green check mark next to it. So I'm going to show you too. So when you cough or when you sneeze, if you have to cough, you want to lift your elbow up and go right there into your elbow. Or if you have a big sneeze coming, you go achoo, and you want to stick it right into your elbow. That way all the germs are right here and not on your hands, so they don't get on anything that we touch. All right, so to talk a little more about germs and why we need to wash our hands, we're going to read a fun story, and this story is called Wash Your Hands. So we're going to read this together, but before we read it, I want you to think, what do you think this story is about? So it's called Wash Your Hands, so you might have a little hint, and then I want you to look at the picture too. So it looks like there's some kids there. I see some paper towels. I see someone that might be their teacher. Oh, I see a little soap bottle too, right above that little girl's head. So think what you think this story is about. And now we're going to read it together and see if we can find out what Miss Connor's class, I'll give you a little clue who the teacher is. Let's see what Miss Connor's class does in this story. All right, let's make this nice and big so that you can see. So everyone in Miss Connor's class had a cold. Achoo! Nick sneezed. Jamie coughed. Emma blew. So she's blowing her nose into a Kleenex. So my first question for you guys while we're reading is, how do you know that all the kids in Miss Connor's class had a cold? So think, click that answer on the screen. How did you know that they have a cold? I know they have a cold, and you probably did because they were coughing, they were sneezing, and you can even see Emma right here is blowing her nose. So they all are not looking too good. They're looking like they're sick. So let's see what happens. We have a lot of germs in our classroom, said Mrs. Connor. And you can look at that picture. They are looking kind of sad, kind of sleepy, because they're all kind of sick. I do not see any germs, said Michael. Germs are too small to see, said Miss Connor, but germs are powerful. They can make you sick. So, could those students see the germs? That's my next question for you. Do you think all those kids in Miss Connor's class could see those germs? What do you think? And click that answer on the screen. And the answer is nope, they couldn't see those germs, just like you and I couldn't see them when I was showing you my hands. You couldn't see the germs because they are too small to see, but they can still make you sick, just like Miss Connor says right there. So let's see. I am sick of this cold, said Nick. If I could see those germs, I would beat them up. So Nick is not liking being sick. I know a good way to get rid of germs, said Miss Connor. And let's see where she's taking them to get rid of them. Who would like to show me how to wash hands? She asked. I will, said Reza. He turned on the cold water and stuck his hands underneath. Done, he said. You forgot the soap, said Nia. She pumped out a little soap and rinsed her hands. Done, she said. You both did a good job, said Miss Connor, but not a good enough job to get rid of germs. So they did some of the steps that you and I talked about, but they forgot some of the most important ones. So let's see what Miss Connor says. The best way to get rid of germs, she said, is to sing. Sing? Asked the class. Miss Connor said, roll up your sleeves, please. And I forgot to say that too. When you're washing your hands, you might want to roll up your sleeves if you have long sleeves on. That way the sleeves don't get wet. So they're all rolling up their sleeves in those pictures. Let's see. She turned on warm water and gave everyone some soap. So just like you and I talked about, she's turning on the warm water and she gave everybody some soap. Then Miss Connor sang, wash your hands with soap each time, and remember this short rhyme. Let the water run real warm. Stop those germs from doing harm. Keep on washing, make it fun. Now you know just how it's done. And they're all dancing in that picture. That is the ABC song, said Becky. So you can see they're all dancing, and you could tell by when we sang it that that sounds just like the ABC song. So before we keep going, I want you to think in your head, I've got another question for you. What did Miss Connor teach her students to do to get rid of the germs? So think, you and I talked about this too, but what did Miss Connor just teach her class to do to get rid of the germs? She taught them, just like you and I did, to wash hands with soap and with some warm water. So let's keep going in our story. Now it is the wash hand song, said Jamie. So Becky said that it's the ABC song. That's what it sounded like. But Jamie says now it is the wash hand song. So real quick, my question for you. What did all those kids call the ABC song now? You're right, they called it the wash hand song. So, the first graders sang the wash hand song every time they wash their hands. So you can see in those pictures that they're washing them at home in the bathroom. They're washing them at the kitchen sink. They're even washing them outside with different stuff. So they're keeping their hands nice and clean. Soon, everybody got better. I told you I could beat those germs, said Nick. So that was a great story, right? That taught us all the different ways that we already learned about how to wash our hands. But it kind of showed you why it's so important, because everyone in Miss Connor's class was sick, right? But she showed them the right way how to wash their hands, and eventually they all got feeling better because they started to get rid of those germs the right way. But real quick, we're going to talk about that fun song that they sang, and it's right here on the screen. And you and I are going to sing it one more time. And you can even sing this one too when you're washing your hands. So you and I are going to sing it together, and I want you to act like you're putting soap on your hands while we're singing it. That way we can practice putting that soap on for 20 seconds. So let's sing this song together. Let me make the words nice and big so you can see it. All right, let's all sing one more time. Wash your hands with soap each time, and remember this short rhyme. Let the water run real warm. Stop those germs from doing harm. Keep on washing, make it fun. Now you know just how it's done. So good job. So you can sing that song, you can sing the ABC song, you can sing the happy birthday song, whatever helps you remember that you need to put that soap all over your hands for 20 seconds to make sure that all those germs come off our hands. And to go along with 20 seconds, we're gonna play a game. So at Peanut, we call our games a Fitbit. So you and I are gonna play a quick game together where we're moving our bodies. And this game is called the 20-second move about. So, like I've already said a bunch of times, but I'm gonna say it one more time. This time maybe you can shout it back at the computer screen at me. How long do we need to put that soap on our hands? Say it to me before I tell you. What is it? 20 seconds you need to put that soap on so that way all the germs come off. So today for our game, we are going to do some different moves for 20 seconds each to practice remembering in our heads how long we should be putting that soap on. So I want you to stand up so that you can play the game too, and we are all going to do some different moves. That way we can practice those 20 seconds together. All right, so our first move is going to be something nice and easy. I want you all to march in place. So to march, you're going to act like you're walking, but I want you to get those knees up nice and high. So go just like this. You can copy me. This is what it looks like. So get those knees up high, and I'm going to count to 20 in my head for just as long as we should be washing our hands. So march those feet. March those feet. Keep going. 19. 20. That was about 20 seconds. So that's how long you should be putting that soap on. The next move, let's do some arm circles. Who've never done arm circles, I want you to put your hands out super straight, and then I want you to go like this and move your hands around. And we're going to do this for 20 seconds. So get those arms moving. Stretch those shoulders. Let's do it for 20 seconds just like we're washing our hands. All right, 3, 2, 1, all done. All right, let's do another one. Let's do one a little bit faster. Let's do, if you can do it, a jumping jack. So jumping jacks, you're gonna put your arms and legs straight, and then you're gonna come out like you're a star, back straight. So star, straight, and we're gonna do those for 20 seconds. Are you ready? This one's gonna be a little bit faster than the other one. So let's do it for 20 seconds, go. So keep going up and down. Go out like a star, straight, out like a star, straight. All right, 3, 2, 1, breathe. All right, let's do one more. What's something else we're gonna do for 20 seconds? Ooh, I have a good one. So we're gonna do one just because I'm kind of tired. That was kind of a quick one. So the last one we're gonna do is we're just gonna walk in place. So kind of like marching, but you act like you're walking. For 20 seconds, we're gonna walk, move your feet. And this is how long, remember, that you should be washing your hands. So we've got about 3, 2, 1, freeze. All right, you can come and sit back down. Good job. So that was a fun one. We're going to do games like that every time you and I meet. So that was the game for this week. All right, so the last thing we're going to do today is something we're also going to do every time we meet, and we are going to talk about a healthy snack. So for this month, the healthy snack is carrots. So I'm going to make this picture nice and big so you can see. So this is what carrots look like. So maybe you've had a carrot before. Anybody who's had a carrot, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Who's had a carrot? I've had carrots. I love carrots. Carrots are one of my favorite vegetables. So carrots are a vegetable. And they look like this. They're orange. And they can come in all kinds of different shapes and sizes. So the picture with the green on top is what they look like when they come right out of the ground. So carrots grow in the ground. But then you can get little baby carrots You can get some carrot sticks. You can even get carrot chips. And you can eat them in all kinds of different ways. Sometimes they come fresh. You can eat frozen carrots. You might want to heat them up so they taste good. You can eat carrots from a can. You can cook carrots in a different way. So when you cook carrots, they're not quite as crunchy. Have you ever eaten a carrot before? Carrots are crunchy normally. But if you cook them, they get nice and soft. And some people like to eat them that way too. I like carrots no matter which way they are. I like them soft. I like them when they come in the bag and I can just dip them maybe in some hummus or in some ranch and take a little bite. So carrots are one of my favorite vegetables. I love them. So next time you see a carrot, or maybe you have some carrots at home or at school, I want you to try them and see if you like them. Maybe you've never had one before, and I want you to taste them. Maybe you can try them made a different way and see if you like them that way. But try a carrot sometime and see what you think. See if you like it. All right. The last thing we're going to talk about before we're all done for today is some healthy homework that I want you to do before you and I see each other next time. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to show at least one person at home the right way to wash your hands. So I want you to show someone. You can even show more than one person if you want, but at least one person, show them the right way to wash their hands so all the germs come off. And I want you to sing the ABC song or the happy birthday song when you're putting on that soap to show them how long we need to put the soap on to make sure we get all the germs. So find somebody at home. Maybe it's grandma or grandpa, your brother or sister. Maybe it's a cousin, mom or dad, aunt or uncle, anybody. But I want you to show them the right way to wash your hands so that way all the germs come off. All right, friends, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Next time we see each other, we're going to learn something new and fun at Peanut. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.